Welcome to Timeless Audiobook, The Summer Guests, a thriller by Tess Gerritsen. The Summer Guests, a thriller. Tess Gerritsen's The Summer Guests is a masterfully woven thriller that draws readers into the serene but unsettling world of a remote island summer retreat. Known for her gripping storytelling and ability to blend suspense with deep emotional insight, Gerritsen takes us to a place where secrets simmer just below the surface, and the quiet beauty of the setting contrasts sharply with the darkness lurking within human nature. The novel opens with a deceptively peaceful atmosphere, introducing us to a group of vacationers who arrive on the island expecting relaxation. But what awaits them is far more complex and dangerous than they could ever have imagined. The story begins as the summer guests arrive at the island estate, a luxurious property owned by an enigmatic host whose identity and intentions are shrouded in mystery. The guests come from different walks of life, each carrying their own burdens, secrets, and unresolved issues. Among them is a doctor haunted by a tragic past, a writer struggling with creative block and personal demons, and a couple whose marriage is on the brink of collapse. This diverse group forms the perfect microcosm for Gerritsen to explore themes of trust, deception, and survival. From the very beginning, the island itself is portrayed almost as a character. Its rugged beauty, the surrounding wild forests, and the unpredictable sea create a mood of isolation and suspense. The sense of seclusion makes the guests vulnerable, as help from the outside world is distant and uncertain. Gerritsen's vivid descriptions immerse the listener, making it easy to feel the salty air and hear the crashing waves, which only heighten the tension as the story unfolds. As the guests settle into their summer routines, strange occurrences begin to disrupt their tranquility. Objects go missing, unexplained noises echo through the night, and the island's atmosphere grows heavy with suspicion. The once welcoming estate now feels like a trap, and the guests start questioning not only their host, but each other. Gerritsen expertly builds this tension, skillfully peeling back layers of character to reveal hidden motives and long-buried resentments. Every interaction brims with subtext, making it impossible to tell who can be trusted. One of the central mysteries revolves around the identity of the host. This shadowy figure seems to know more about the guests than they realize, manipulating events from behind the scenes. The host's motives are unclear, but there is an unmistakable air of menace. As the guests attempt to unravel this mystery, alliances form and fracture, paranoia spreads, and the stakes escalate. Gerritsen keeps the listener guessing with twists and turns that are both surprising and believable. Among the guests, the doctor stands out as a pivotal figure. Haunted by a failure that cost lives, she is determined to protect the others, using her skills to analyze the dangers they face. Yet, even she is not immune to the island's influence. The isolation forces her to confront her own fears and guilt, adding emotional depth to the suspense. Through her perspective, Gerritsen explores themes of redemption and resilience, reminding us that courage often emerges from the darkest places. The writer-guest adds another layer to the narrative. Struggling to find inspiration, she initially views the island as a perfect escape, but as the tension mounts, her observations become crucial. She begins to piece together clues others overlook, using her keen insight to sense the undercurrents of deceit. Her evolving relationship with the doctor forms a compelling subplot, highlighting how connection and understanding can be lifelines in moments of crisis. As the plot advances, Gerritsen masterfully ratchets up the danger. A violent storm traps the guests on the island, cutting off communication with the mainland. This natural obstacle intensifies the suspense, as the group must rely on themselves to survive. Old wounds flare, secrets are exposed, and the line between friend and foe blurs. The storm becomes a metaphor for the chaos engulfing the guests, and Gerritsen's writing captures both the physical and emotional turmoil with vivid intensity. The thriller element reaches its peak when a guest is found dead under suspicious circumstances. Panic and fear grip the remaining group, as they realize the killer may be among them. The tension becomes almost unbearable as Gerritsen uses alternating viewpoints and shifting perspectives to keep the listener on edge. The island's claustrophobic setting enhances the sense of entrapment, as the characters desperately search for answers while grappling with their own doubts and suspicions in true Tess Gerritsen style. The plot twists are clever and well executed. The clues are carefully planted, allowing attentive listeners to follow the mystery without feeling cheated. As the truth unravels, revelations challenge assumptions and force the characters to reassess everything they thought they knew. The final confrontation is gripping and satisfying, blending action, psychological insight, and emotional resolution. Throughout The Summer Guests, Gerritsen explores the fragility of human relationships under pressure. The isolated setting serves as a crucible, exposing vulnerabilities and testing loyalties. The novel delves into how fear can distort perceptions and drive people to desperate measures. Themes of trust, betrayal, and survival intertwine seamlessly, making this thriller more than just a suspenseful plot, but also a study of character and human nature. The pacing is expertly handled, with moments of quiet tension punctuated by bursts of action and revelation. Gerritsen's prose is crisp and evocative, making the story vivid and immersive. Dialogue is natural and sharp, revealing character traits and advancing the plot simultaneously. The author balances psychological suspense with physical danger, ensuring that the listener remains engaged from the first page to the last. Another standout aspect of the novel is how Gerritsen incorporates subtle social commentary. Issues such as privilege, power dynamics, and the cost of secrets are woven into the narrative without feeling forced. The island, a place of beauty and retreat, becomes a symbol of escape but also entrapment, reflecting the paradoxes inherent in the human condition. The guests' personal struggles mirror larger questions about identity and the mask's people, where, by the time the story reaches its conclusion, the guests have all been irrevocably changed. Some find redemption, others face justice, and a few are left with haunting regrets. The island's spell is broken, but its impact lingers. Gerritsen closes the novel with a sense of closure that is both satisfying and thought-provoking, inviting the listener to reflect on the nature of truth and the price of secrets. The Summer Guest stands as a testament to Tess Gerritsen's skill as a thriller writer. It combines atmospheric storytelling with intricate plotting and compelling characters. The novel's setting is as memorable as its plot, and the psychological depth elevates it beyond a typical whodunit. For anyone who loves suspense, mystery, and rich character-driven narratives, this book offers an unforgettable experience. In summary, The Summer Guests is a thriller that captivates through its brilliant combination of mood, mystery, and human drama. From the moment the guests arrive at the island, listeners are drawn into a world where beauty masks danger and every smile hides a secret. Gerritsen's deft storytelling ensures that the tension builds steadily, with surprises at every turn. The characters feel real, their struggles poignant and relatable, and the setting immersive and haunting. This is a story about the lengths people will go to protect themselves and those they love, and the darkness that can emerge when trust is broken. It is an audiobook that demands attention, promising hours of edge-of-your-seat suspense and emotional depth.